Imagine this. It's late at night, and you're deep in the ancient forest. You've been tracking a giant fire-breathing Anjanath for what feels like hours. Your health is low, supplies are dwindling, but you're determined. Suddenly, you hear it. A roar that shakes the trees around you. It's so close. This is the moment you've been preparing for. For me, Monster Hunter World really isn't just a game, it's a journey. From your first steps in Astera to that final heart-pounding battle with Fatalis, it's a game that pulls you in, challenges you, and rewards you in ways that I feel few games can. With the upcoming release of Monster Hunter Wilds, I wanted to take some time and create this video to talk about my story and why I love Monster Hunter World / Iceborne, why I keep coming back, and why this game and series means so much to me and to so many people. For me, Monster Hunter's always been about those moments. The unexpected twist in between quests, the triumphs after countless failures, and the friendships forged in battle. When I first picked up Monster Hunter World, I was overwhelmed. So many weapons, so many systems. It felt like I was being dropped in the deep end of the ocean. But that's where the magic is. As I experimented with different weapons, I found myself drawn to the longsword. There was something about its fluidity and the way it let me dance around the battlefield. It wasn't just a weapon, it really was an extension of my playstyle. I remember my first big victory with the longsword. It was up against a Rathian, a flying wyvern with a poisonous tail. I had been struggling for days, but then something clicked. My movements became smoother and my counters more precise. It was like the game and I were finally in sync. You know, that moment where something just opens in your brain. That feeling of actually getting better. It's what kept bringing me back. And every time I pick up a controller, I know that there's a new challenge waiting. But instead of it feeling daunting, it feels exciting. I've come to trust in the mechanics and my abilities, and somehow that's a feeling very few games offer. I'll never forget my first encounter with Nergigante. Man, I was so confident, my gear was upgraded, I studied the attack patterns, I felt like I was ready, or so I thought. That fight really humbled me. But instead of giving up, I went back to the drawing board. I hunted other monsters, crafted better gear, and learned new techniques. And when I finally returned to face Nergigante, it wasn't just a battle, it was a culmination of everything I'd learned. That's what Monster Hunter does so well. It teaches you through experience. Every failure is a lesson, every victory a reward for your perseverance. The gameplay loop isn't just about grinding for better gear. To me, it's really about growth. It's about becoming a better hunter with every encounter. The moment I finally took down Nergigante I was honestly full of adrenaline. I was literally down to like my last resources. My stamina was completely depleted, but I knew that this was it. When that beast finally fell, it wasn't just a victory. It really felt like it was a moment of triumph that honestly I'll never forget. And there's something about the monsters in Monster Hunter World that makes them feel more than just obstacles. They feel like living, breathing creatures. I remember my first encounter with Legiana, soaring gracefully through the Coral Highlands. It wasn't just a hunt though, it really was an experience. The way it moved around, the way it screeched, the way it interacted with the environment. It really felt like I stepped into its world, and not the other way around. Every monster in Monster Hunter World has its own personality too, its own story. And as a hunter, you become a part of that story. The thrill of facing off against a new monster for the first time, not knowing what to expect, it's an experience that honestly never gets old. One of my favorite monsters, honestly, has to be Odogaron. From his amazing looking design, its fast, relentless, and always keeping you on your toes gameplay. I'll never forget the first time it ambushed me in the Rotten Vale. It was one of those memorable moments where I definitely shit my pants, and I knew that I was in for a fight. Let's go back to the first time I set up an SOS flare. I honestly wasn't sure what to expect. I was in over my head against a tempered Kirin. I'm sure most of you who are watching this video know who I'm talking about.
Unit lost.
I honestly needed pretty desperate help. And within minutes, 3 other hunters joined my quest, and what followed was one of the most intense, exhilarating hunts I've ever experienced. It definitely came with some trial and tribulation, and occasional annoyance, and maybe a little bit of rage quitting. But to be honest with you, that moment of just playing with strangers and knowing that we were a team and that we were all kind of struggling with fighting this monster, it's really one of the big reasons why just playing this game with other people is so meaningful. We worked together, covered each other's backs, and when that Kirin finally went down, we celebrated like we'd known each other for years. That's the beauty of the Monster Hunter community. It's full of people who are willing to lend a hand, share their knowledge, and help you succeed. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or, a newbie, there's always someone ready to jump in and make that experience even better. And I've made some great friendships through Monster Hunter. People I would have never met if it wasn't for this game. And it's those connections, those shared experiences that make Monster Hunter World more than just a game. It's a living and breathing community. But to be completely honest, one of the most satisfying aspects of Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, it's the gear. Sure, the weapons are powerful and the armor is essential for survival, but let's be honest with ourselves. There's something about rocking a killer outfit that just makes the hunt more enjoyable. The fashion in Monster Hunter World honestly isn't just about the stats and, what all your builds can do and how it connects to your playstyle. It's really about making a statement. I cannot count how many times I've spent hours in the smithy, not just crafting the best gear for the hunt, but also making sure I look good doing it. From the rugged, battle-worn armor sets to the elegant, almost regal pieces that you get from high-level monsters. There's a style for damn near everyone. And with Iceborne's layered armor system, you could finally look the way you wanted to without sacrificing stats. For me, the Odogaron armor stands out the most. Its sleek, crimson design made me feel like a ninja on the battlefield. And who doesn't want to be a ninja on the battlefield? And with Iceborne, the new Master Rank armor sets took things to a whole nother level. I love mixing and matching just to create a look that was both functional and fashionable. Fashion in Monster Hunter World isn't just about the aesthetics. It's about expressing your identity as a player, as a hunter. Whether you're in the field or just hanging around the gathering hub, the gear you wear tells a story. And that's one of the many reasons why I, and probably so many, kept coming back to this game. The gear you earn feels like a badge of honor, a testament to the monsters you've conquered. So, again, why do I love Monster Hunter World? It's the moments that stick with you. The first time you take down a monster that's been giving you a bunch of trouble. The late night hunts with friends that turn into stories you'll remember for years. The sense of growth, of mastery that comes with every hunt. Monster Hunter World it's just not a game. It's a collection of experiences that stay with you long after you put the controller down. If you haven't played Monster Hunter World yet, well, I encourage you to give it a try. Not just for the gameplay, but for the stories that you create along the way. Thank you so much for watching. If you got your own Monster Hunter stories to tell, I'd love to hear them. Drop them in the comments below, and let's share our experiences together. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. And as always, my name is C4 Sages, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.